Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of games? The Shadows knows. Hi, I'm the Shadows Knows, and I'm back with another Commodore 64 budget game. Tonight I'm going to play the game Darkstar by Mastertronic in 1984, I think. And what's special about this game is that it was programmed by the Darling brothers, David and Richard Darling, who later founded Codemasters. And that's very typical for early Mastertronic games, or use a joystick and port 2. That's the text I like to read most. So I can use my usual joystick. And yeah, luckily the only Mastertronic game I bought from the Darling brothers was BMX Racer, which is supposed to be one of the better early Mastertronic games, and I already hated that game. Yeah, that was basically the Mastertronic game I hated the most. Probably wasn't the worst Mastertronic game, but yeah, it was a terrible game. But I'm actually not quite sure why I actually bought Mastertronic games at all, because it was quite hard to get the Mastertronic games as a pirated copy, because yeah, there were so many other games to play. But for some reason I did buy a couple of Mastertronic games. Maybe because they were cheap, and I wanted to have some games I actually paid for. I think I knew that it was wrong to just copy the games, but it was so much easier and so much cheaper. Yeah, just imagine you got 30 or 40 marks monthly allowance, and the game on disc was like $70. So I would have had to save at least 2 months for a game on floppy disk, and I would not have been able to buy anything else. So yeah. Oh shit, what is that? It's a game over. So great that the game starts just after loading. Yeah, where was I? Yeah. $40 or $70 for a game if you only have $40 monthly allowance, and a pack of blank floppy disks was like, in the early days it was like $30, but it quickly came down to yeah, first of all it was like $15, and later on you could get Commodore branded 5 1/4 inch discs for less than a tenner. So a 10 pack of Commodore branded blank floppy disks was cheaper than a game from Mastertronic. Guess why we pirated. This is a terrible game. And the only thing I'm wondering is if there is a second level. Oh shit, yeah, great. Yeah, I think BMX Racers is better than this. I mean, the sprites are not great, but they are definitely better than the background graphics. Feels like how the sprites appear is totally random. How am I supposed to do this? Do you really have to learn? And it says game over in level 1, so I assume there is a level 2. Yeah, the spaceship is very, very slow. Which surely adds to the difficulty of the game. And I'm trying to look at the right side to see... Yes, so... Okay, now I... So first left, then right. Why am I playing this? I mean, back in the days, if I had spent my £1.99 or I would have spent 10 German marks for this, I would have played it, because even though the games were cheap, 10 German marks was still quite a bit of money for me. So I would have tried to get some value for the money I've spent, but this is not fun. I mean, I even played BMX Racers, even though I totally hated that game. I think the next one is right again, if I remember correctly. This is a terrible game. Let's try right. Yes, right is right. And even though I got further, because I killed less enemies, because they were not appearing anywhere where I could shoot them, and I hope it's left this time, because I'm not going to play this game again. This is horrible. Yeah, at least I got a new high score. No, I'm not going to play this again. Sorry, you won't get 10 minutes of gameplay out of this game. This is horrible. This is really horrible. Even for 1984. This would have been horrible for 1982. Dark Star on the Commodore 64, made by the famous Darling brothers who later founded Codemasters. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.